Tonight, the fandom's timeline was rocked again. Not because of an official schedule, nor because of a major announcement from the agency, but because of one small rumor that somehow turned into the hottest topic among armies. Jikook. Dinner. Together. And Taehyung's name was in it. It all started with a whisper on social media. A short post, no clear photo, no solid proof, just a vague story from someone who claimed to have seen two familiar figures at a restaurant. But as usual, the fandom never takes long to connect the dots that don't even necessarily exist. Is that Jimin and Jungkook? Why do they look so relaxed? And wait, where is Taehyung? The questions spread faster than clarification. What made the rumor even more alive were the small details mentioned: light laughter, friendly body language, and this is the most exciting part. Were they holding hands? Of course, there were no photos to prove it. No videos, no clear recordings. But that's precisely where the power of rumors comes into play. The fandom's imagination immediately took off. Some laughed and thought it was hilarious. Others were completely taken aback, and still others immediately linked it to Taehyung. Tae's name didn't come up without reason. Some fans began speculating, was Taehyung originally with them and then left first? Or did he choose to give them space? Or was it just a coincidence that Tae's name was mentioned because the fandom always associates the three of them? Interestingly, most reactions were filled with laughter. Emojis were everywhere. Fans seemed to realize this was probably just a story exaggerated. But at the same time, there was a warmth that was hard to deny. The thought of Jimin and Jungkook enjoying a quiet dinner, away from the spotlight, felt like a small slice of normal life they rarely get. Were they really having dinner together tonight? Was Taehyung involved? Was there that alleged hand-holding? No one knows for sure. And perhaps there's no need to, because ultimately, rumors like this aren't about absolute truth. It's about how the fandom reacts, laughing together, getting emotional together, and being reminded of how much attention and love is put into every little detail of their lives. Tonight, Jikook might just be having dinner. Or maybe nothing at all. But one thing is clear. In a matter of minutes, one simple rumor is enough to make millions of hearts flutter and smile simultaneously. But once the rumor spread, the most interesting thing was no longer whether Jimin and Jungkook actually had dinner together, but rather their reactions afterward. Fans began paying attention to every little detail that emerged in the hours that followed. Simple posts, songs played. Even coincidentally, close online times immediately became the subject of speculation. Some noticed, why do they seem so warm tonight? Others joked, it must be the result of eating well together. And amidst all this, Taehyung's name resurfaced, not as the center of the drama, but as part of the dynamic that always makes the fandom smile. Some fans even wrote, if Tae was really there, I can imagine him laughing first and then leaving early. It was a lighthearted speculation, yet it felt intimate, as if the members were close friends whose stories we were hearing from afar. What made this rumor feel different was the lack of negativity. There were no heated arguments, no back and forths. Instead, timelines were filled with laughter, jokes, and phrases like, even if it's just dinner, let them be happy. Why is this rumor so warming? Not a fuss. Maybe it's because fans have matured. Or maybe it's because Jikook always exudes comfort when they're together, whether on stage, behind the scenes, or just in a vague story about a casual dinner. Regarding the holding hands rumor itself, many responded with humor. Some fans said, if it's true, that's great. If not, it's still cute. There was no need to prove anything. Just a little imagination that entertained a long night. And that's precisely the beauty of it. Amidst busy schedules, public pressure, and relentless scrutiny, imagining simple moments, dinner, a soft laugh, a light conversation, felt so human. Whether this rumor is true or not, tonight the fandom was reminded that happiness doesn't always come from big announcements. Sometimes, it emerges from small stories that circulate, making us smile unconsciously. Jikook tonight? Maybe it's just dinner. Maybe not. Some fans began to say quietly, almost whispering, I wish they really had that kind of time. Not because they want to know everything, but because of the simple desire to see their idol enjoying a quiet moment, without cameras, without cheers, without demands. Amidst the speculation about Jimin and Jungkook, Taehyung's presence in this rumor feels like a fine thread that ties everything together. Not as a third party, not as a conflict, but as part of a circle that always understands each other. Many imagine Taehyung as someone who reads the atmosphere, smiles a little, and then lets the moment unfold. There's no drama, no awkwardness, just a natural familiarity. And perhaps that's why this rumor doesn't spark debate, but rather a sense of comfort. Fans don't demand proof. They don't press with questions. They choose to laugh, send emojis, and then hang up their phones with a lighthearted feeling. Funnily enough, the simplest rumors often feel closest to reality, not because of the facts, but because of the emotion. We all know, Jimin and Jungkook have long shared a bond that's hard to explain in short words. Whether it's friendship, comfort, or a deeper form of care, it all feels genuine and consistent. Tonight, there might be no hand-holding. Maybe there was, who knows? But one thing was for sure, nothing felt forced. Nothing felt contrived. Just the image of two people sitting across from each other, laughing softly, sharing a simple story after a long day. And at the end of the night, as the rumors began to die down, one feeling lingered in the hearts of many. Calm. Not because answers had been found, but because not everything needed to be explained. Sometimes, letting a moment remain a mystery is the ultimate form of respect. Some fans wrote, "Somehow tonight feels warm." Others said, "Even if it's just a rumor, I like the thought of them being happy." And perhaps that's the crux of it all. We often forget that behind the big names, the grand stages, and the global spotlight, they're still just ordinary people. They can get hungry at night. They can just want to sit quietly. They can laugh for no reason. They can enjoy being together without needing to be announced. Jimin and Jungkook's names tonight symbolize a closeness that doesn't need to be flaunted. Meanwhile, Taehyung, whether he's actually there or just appears in stories, remains part of the sense of security the fandom has always associated with their togetherness. Did they hold hands? Was there a special moment we didn't see? Maybe. Maybe not. But what's clear is that none of that changes one important thing. A warm relationship doesn't always need to be proven. Sometimes it just needs to be felt. And when a small rumor like this can make so many people smile before bed, it means there's something beautiful in it. Not because of the sensation, but because of its sincerity. Tonight, Jikook might just be having dinner. Taehyung might just be a passing name. Or maybe it's all really happening. We don't need to know everything.